levels in Nigeria? If so, my question then is this: how can the state governments, the state governors, state houses of assemblies, how can they all come together and mitigate poverty? That is the question.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, please do turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't quite see it or hear it, do not make unsubstantiated claims. And very importantly, please do not make comments that may be seen as inciting. The numbers to call: 070-0923-0923, 070-0923-0923. If you get onto social media at Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us. 90.3. Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
My name is George.
Welcome, George.
Thank you. I think I saw the news of today, and the statistics have already shown the rate of poverty in Nigeria today. And the question you visited was, how can the governor and the assembly mitigate the rate of poverty in the very state and southern Nigerian? For me, they have a lot to do with, because we are not talking about the money in the pocket. We are talking about the necessities and the health sectors, our education. Basic. We are really also talking about the basic concern of every responsible government. It's also security. If the government should.
Hello, George.
Promises they have already promised that security is going to get to the barest minimum. You can see in rural communities today, rural communities suffer a lot because.
Hello, George.
Yes.
Oh dear. Prince is in Ada, George. Prince, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Very well. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Yeah, according to Nigeria is talking about poverty in rural and urban areas in Nigeria. Am I on point?
Yeah, so we're talking about poverty, and we're asking how governors and the state governments in particular can mitigate poverty. Forget the federal government. The federal government say the problem is coming from the governors and the governments in that area. So how can they help?
The thing is that in as much as Nigerian constitution, there are so much complaints about the Nigerian constitution, talking about the powers over centralized center. Yet there are still so much that state governors can do, and most of them are not really doing what they are expected to do. When the federal government says that the state governors are the ones who are responsible for high poverty rate in Nigeria, I think they are partially correct, because most of the state governors in Nigeria are just gallivanting, spending the people's money. The government did not stop them from providing necessary, providing important programs and policies for their state to ameliorate poverty in their various states. But the idea, abdicating their responsibility and trying to blame everything at the same time. I'm not saying the centers are doing well, but the state governors themselves are not doing anything. So when they say they are not, they are the cause, they are partially correct.
All right, so
because in various state governments, we rarely find proper health care services or good roads. Yes, they plan, pay taxes. I mean, the state, the citizens of the state are paying taxes. They are actually getting allocations. In fact, most of them, they are coming for it alone. Just like CDB is trying to educate us this period. The cost of governance alone, or most of the governors can take care of things. But they have to compete if they are covered with the president's own. They have to compete the level of breaching they are doing with the rural president lose. when the people are suffering. There are so many things they can do to ameliorate the poverty in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prince. Prince from Ada George. 90.3, good morning, please.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Jude. My name is Clement.
Good morning, Clement.
Okay, so first I will say brilliant contributions have been coming through the radio over the years on how to solve, especially when it comes to poverty challenges. But however, Mr. Jude, the elite or the politicians, especially the governors, have actually weaponized poverty in order for them to, of course, do what they want to do, exercise their authorities over the people.
Weaponized,
now
you say?
We have, weaponized.
Wow.
Weaponized, Mr. Jude, yes. So that we keep looking up to them. Even if they drop small things, we will say thank you. In fact, somebody will even call to say it is better than they drop it, that if they eat it, we would have not done anything about it. So if they drop the small thing, let's manage it. And you see, that is where the weaponization comes in. That is the control, where you don't have anything. You see, I have been to a lot of rural areas in Port Harcourt, a lot, Mr. Jude. And if you ask me, these are the areas that should be feeding the urban areas. That is because they have a vast land where they can cultivate crops and then push it to the city. And then in return, those places, businesses will be booming. This is December, of course, Mr. Jude. I have spent December period, or Christmas period in Bordeaux. I have spent Christmas period in Harristown, and if you ask me, a lot of investment are there. Now, we have heard about the structural, poverty eradication program. Mr. Jude, I don't know if you remember when last we hear that a state government or governor supervises programs like that, from each ward. Now they are talking about employing 200,000 special advisors. What happens if we say, okay, from each ward, give us 50 persons and we want to train them, on skill empowerment?
But those things, I'm sorry, Clement, because what about a minute, and I want to sit with you, if I may, so we can both try and trash out this issue. You see, there have been so many skills acquisition programs from the government. I know there have been a lot of them in Edo State, in Bayelsa in particular, in Cross Rivers, and also in Akwa Ibom State. A lot of these governments have had, skills acquisition programs. There's even a skills acquisition center in almost every geopolitical area in this country. These centers are there. NGOs also provide the same services. Come and learn how to type. Come and do all of this. But while that is good, the question still has to be made: what exactly should the government of the state be doing? Because the federal government is saying that it is the state governments that are not taking into their plans. And if you believe in this, what then can these people do? I have 40 seconds for you, please.
Mr. Jude, leadership, the first comes with a responsibility. If you see yourself as a leader, then you work with the people to achieve that goal. Now we know that they cannot do all these things by themselves. That is why they have food soldiers, or they have commissioners. If these commissioners know their job in their various ministries, then Mr. Jude, we've solved this problem at least by 50%. But we see how these people go about, sip champagne of 500,000 naira in one night. 500,000 naira can solve a baba's problem for 10 years, if you ask me, Mr. Jude.
All right. Thank you very much, Clement. We'll be back after the break.
Just imagine I'm say I be stakeholder for Purple Maryland.
Here and every weekday from 11 o'clock we have a major conversation on Port Harcourt. And today I have a question directed at the state government. The presidency, the federal government is saying, well, why poverty is so high is because the governments are not aligning with government's plan, talking about the federal level now, to improve the lives of many Nigerians. Whether you agree or not, the interesting statistics that I've read, and I'll go through them again to buttress how that is a scenario many Nigerians are expecting. But once again, if you're just joining us, good morning. The question still remains: what exactly sent the government, House of Rep members, the State House of Assemblies, down to local government, because they are all directly under the state government, can mitigate the fight against poverty in the various regions. I have a release from the 7th of November month, that was 3 weeks ago, and I'm self.ng there. I get to have your copy of this press release. Now, it's the height of the 20-dimensional poverty index, and that survey reveals 63% of people within Nigeria multidimensionally poor. The MDR 0.257 indicating that poor people experience just over 1/4 of the possible population, like 35%, nearly 47 million live in the South. Poverty levels across the state vary significantly, with incidents of multidimensional poverty ranging from a low of 27% in Ondo to a high of 90% in Sokoto. That's very staggering. Overpopulation, multi-national poor and cooked with dung or charcoal rather than clean energy. Now, high deprivations are also apparent nationally in sanitation, time of care, insecurity, and housing. I'm up there right at the end of the phone lines. 0700923 0923, then 0813 093 017923007 and 0817923064.
And not to ameliorate the pain. Take a step by step to avoid water sense. Water sense is number 3 and other mechanism towards warming. Now most of it is water sense, and water sense bills international market not under $20 per ton. Can you have an agreement with the use? Give me your body and export and sell. Do you know the billions of naira Bayelsa State will make in less than 6 months? Now look at corn, which can also grow in Bayelsa. Leave oil first, so your mind should not go to oil. I am not lazy to talk about oil. Look at the corn. Today, America and Mexico are having a tussle to import or not to export GMO corn. True or false?
And that competition on.
If Bayelsa State can venture into corn farming. Today, as I'm talking to you, make a Google. Corn is being sold $300 per metric ton. By August, it was $250. Now look at August and today, now $3 per metric ton. And Bayelsa State can sell over 2 million metric tons within 6 months.
So Zion, let me ask you now. Apart from it's corruption and whatever, the issue of poverty is very multifaceted. But this report by the MBS is a very brilliant and very direct expression of what is going on. If over 63% of persons in this country are multidimensionally poor, they're not saying they don't have money in their pocket. They're saying there are certain things that they are deprived of, and it's the state government that should do so. So how come the state governments have not been able to do so, and what can be done?
They don't read, they don't think, and they lack imagination.
This idea you just hold on. Are you saying this idea you just made mention live on international radio to millions of people is novel, that is not known, that you've never heard of it before?
See, when you go into this corn farming, tell me who will work there. Is it not Bayelsa youth that are jobless?
Once again, are you saying that the state governments, with all the National Assembly members or state assembly members, representatives, deputy governors, are you saying they don't know about these things? How come these things are not implemented?
Let me repeat it to you. They don't read, they don't think, and they lack imagination. They don't know what to do. They themselves are running away from poverty. Is these people that want to solve your poverty problem? The average man, I want to be a governor, I want to be a senator. What he's thinking is not how to solve his community problem. Go to most of these communities that have representatives. How is their community? There is never no health care. Even primary school is not even functioning. Go to that community. But when you have a leader that reads, that thinks, that has ideas, my brother, una go run now. Now go the better. We don't tire for money. Okay, look now. If you have a tripartite agreement with Rivers State and Bayelsa State, for now Bayelsa State, leave your seaport, leave your airport. Let's use Port Harcourt. All our products should be shipped to Port Harcourt Airport and Port Harcourt Seaport, as the case may be. Who are going to be the drivers of those lorries? Who are those that work in the industry that will be, folding as logistics, wrapping, folding those commodities to be exported? Tell me, even when before you export them, is it not still your youth you will send abroad to go and receive those products and send them to the company? And when you come to registering and regulating your products, is it not still all this we're talking about youth employment you are creating? I don't mention 2 products. I don't want to go more than this.
All right.
Within 1 year, you can employ over 50,000 youths. Who are the people now that will be at the end after you bring the product? Who are going to roll the machine? Is it Toyiboma that will come and drive machine? Is it Julius Berger? Is it not your brothers and your sisters that are jobless? And you have a wage bill payment of 120,000 naira per month. My brother, they don't think, they don't read, they lack imagination, and they cannot help you until we go inward, in total, shake people who have ideas. You are employing nurses, you are employing tailors, you are employing shoemakers, you are employing mechanics. You have an agreement with Innocent Motor, supply by the state 1,000 pieces of your vehicles. We want to use them for heavy duty. Who are those innocent who are employed to come and work in their factory to be assembling these vehicles? Is it not the use from Bayelsa?
All right.
Leave football, leave entertainment, leave fashion, leave internet business, and never go all that places.
All right, thank you very much, Zion. Now, DJ from Port Harcourt is asking a very interesting question and also making a statement. And let's see if we can all be on the same page and maybe have further discussions on this. The use of multidimensional poverty is grossly inaccurate because these people that are placed as poor are categorized under the United Nations model of poverty analysis. The average bus driver earns a cumulative income of just about 150,000 naira monthly. A bus conductor can earn over 100,000 naira monthly. The average market woman could make 120,000 naira monthly. These people are often categorized as unemployed and are captured under the multidimensional poverty level. DJ from Port Harcourt. All right, now, DJ, thank you very much for that statement, and I totally understand the narrative. But let me use these 3 categories of people that you just made mention of. All right, so the average bus driver, let's say, earns 150, and then the conductor earns 100,000, and then you talk about the average market woman who earn 120. I know some market women who sell tomatoes in Lagos who have 2 children in the US. They are the ones, at least back then, they were the ones directly funded. It wasn't that, it's family. It was the women in Balogun market that were sending their children to school with just tomatoes. That was it. Big tomato shop. That's what they used to do. They said tin tomatoes, fresh. That was all they did. So they make a lot of money. But if we use this word, the average, these 3 groups just made mention, DJ, let me ask you, if any of these persons that just made mention of right now was to come down with a kidney challenge, a kidney failure, would they be able to survive financially? Now, once again, the idea of multidimensional poverty is not that you don't have money in your pocket, but it is, once again, let me go back to the view of multidimensional poverty, that the poverty level exists in states, right, with different incidences, with people who are multidimensionally poor, who cook with wood and charcoal rather than clean energy, and have high deprivations of other necessities like sanitation, time to healthcare. These groups you just mentioned, the woman who sells tomatoes in Choba market, if she falls seriously ill, let's say she has a liver condition or she has a heart attack, how much time will it take for her to get very good health care? Food insecurity is a big problem now. Housing is also a problem. Daniel is on the line. Daniel, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
It's a pleasure. Welcome,
yes.
please.
I will blame federal government Take for instance, River State. I am calling from Abia, but let me start from River State. When Odele was the governor of River State, he built gas turbines to give River people 24-hour adequate electricity. But federal government, with what they call NEPA, to connect it, disencourage that movement. And tell me, I know what France Amadi used to be. How the industry is there. That is one. Then, for us as Nigerians, then Abia State, when Sokalo was governor, you see, any well-articulated person coming to government has something in mind. Ojo Sokalo may not be my fan. I may not be his fan, but when he came into Aba, he said every 3 decking, you know what I mean by 3 decking, that is upstairs, how much they will pay. And I believe he saw that thing in developed countries. And I believe it is pay as you earn. It's just like pay as you earn. In some civilized countries, the person that uses a limousine car don't buy the same fuel. Somebody drives keke, pay. So what I'm trying to say is that, did you know we as Asians, where has that, which government has ever introduced that? Go to Aba today. They see people making money. You know, people, we make money, go to all over the world, make money, come to Aba and build 5 decking, 4 decking, and all the rest of them. But there is no road. So actually, we the people and federal government, and okay, in Aba, 70 states, it is this industrialized entrepreneurs, government.
Okay.
Industries everywhere in Aba. Where is it today? All you need is people now is to build hotels. So I will blame federal government and we, the ordinary Nigerians, who cannot even stand up. We are so docile to tell the government that they are not doing well and put them out of office. So Ghana government, the blessed memory said, we will allow them to be there and we keep.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Daniel from Imogate. Now, the number of people that can afford healthcare in developed countries is very few. Forget what we see on TV. Hello, the cost of calling an ambulance in Massachusetts is about $1,000. People don't call the ambulance in those developed countries. Medicare is not cheap anywhere in the world. Now, that's for America. Thank you very much, DJ. Yes, Medicare is a very big issue for the developed countries, particularly for a country like America that, you know, is capitalist in question, or rather in operation. But if you look at the other countries that have very good healthcare system that people are trying to model or after, look at Canada, for example. Look at Cuba. Cuba has one of the best medical cares, last time I read about it. And also look at the NHS in the UK. The funding is there by the government. So on average, don't get me wrong, DJ, and I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to butter or flatter any of our American listeners or British listeners. No, if you have an emergency, you slump, for example, all right, and you are taken to the hospital, you know, there's a level of care that you will receive because of the NHS. If you need to have a surgery, obviously the NHS can cover that for you. That's what people now have, you know, GoFundMe accounts and let's raise money for surgery for their old Brian here who needs a new heart, something. That's what's up. But the start of the process, the immediate care is given. But many people here don't have that. Many people don't have. You see, that's why the idea of multi-dimensional poverty is a big one. DJ, you raise a very great point. It may let some people pass through the cracks and then also encompass people who shouldn't be in that same bracket. But it does make sense to factor in that factor in the notion that the money in your bank account, you know, may not be able to save you if you have a serious problem. Let's be very honest, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, as we're speaking right now, if your next door neighbor has a heart attack, boom, they rush him to the hospital. Between him, all of you in that compound, would you guys be able to raise 8 million naira for the full healthcare he might need. Let's be honest. So what exactly should the states be doing to mitigate this challenge? If you want to believe what the federal government is saying, that it's the states that are at fault here. The last caller says no, he disagrees. He blames the federal government. 070-0923-0923, 070-0923-0923. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so I'm just going to read a few messages right here just before we leave. This one here says, hi, G, good morning. Many of the governors, if they had done the barest minimum, would have alleviated the poverty levels in their states, but they did not. And that's where we are today. With time, we will get it right. That's a bit of optimism now, isn't there? All right. Well, as always, thank you for being a part of our conversations. Thank you for those of you who called and sent in your messages. My name is Jude. Do have yourself a wonderful morning. Tomorrow is Friday.